Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of the Weightlifting.Ai. This is my training session from Sunday, which on the app is supposed to be on Monday, but I didn't feel like changing the days of the week because I usually do train on Sundays, and the big reason for that is that I think Sundays are a fantastic day to train. I don't really understand why a lot of people like to take that day off. I find that any day where I don't have work is a good day to train, or at least gives me the increased potential to be able to train with more aggression and just to get more stuff done at the gym. Plus you just have more time in general. So I usually like to take Sundays to train, and then if I ever do need a day off, usually I like to have it during the actual work week, because those tend to be the times where I may have something come up where I can't train, or something is like really stressful and you don't want to train. Usually on the weekends I'm always pretty motivated, or at least I have enough time to develop that motivation to go and hit the gym. But anywho, this session had an absurd amount of snatches. I believe it was like 8 sets of doubles. It started at 101 kilograms and it just kept going and going until I got to 105, and then I missed the double the first time I did 105, and then I came back and made it a couple times. It's definitely very tired by the time I got to that last little, I guess till I got to 105, I was starting to get more, not like the bar was moving necessarily that much worse, but it was just getting more fatigued. I did have a miss with 101, I believe it was my second set, where I just extended too far and threw it behind me. It was just kind of a weird feeling rep, so that was the only 101 that I ended up missing. But then I missed that 105 double the first time I did. I missed actually both reps, and then I came back and actually did it for 3 more doubles, which is really odd. The last set was, I guess, supposed to be a plus set, but I did the 2. I wasn't about to try to do another rep because I was already pretty gassed at that point. Let me actually count these sets here, because I think it gave me additional ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did. So originally it did have 8, and then it gave me 2 extra ones because I was saying I was feeling good after the 4th set of 101, so it decided to destroy me. But backtracking a little bit, my readiness I put as a, or I guess I calculated as a 56. I put my fatigue as the middle category, where I felt slightly fatigued but ready to train. And then the motivation, I put that I felt somewhat unmotivated, just because I was a little tired all day and I kind of waited a while. It says training seems like a chore. It didn't really feel like that, but it just wasn't in that middle motivation. But my sleep is 7 to 8 hours. And then I put in a moderate caloric surplus, since that is my goal right now. And I actually did a good job of that, eating a ton of it. The last couple of days have been fantastic with that. So hopefully that momentum does continue. After snatches, I had a bunch of sets of clean and jerks. Ended up being 5 sets, where the first 4 were at 125 and then up to 130. And kind of speaking both to the snatches and the clean and jerks, on some of the earlier sets of snatches, I gave myself, like obviously on the missed one, I put more reds on. I only did 2 out of the 3 because I did make that first one, and the second one I did miss was technical in nature, and I just kind of threw it behind me. So it wasn't really like a true, I don't know, like it's a it's a pretty close make, or at least for training purposes. It wasn't like I was fatigued. It was more of just a mental error. But then on the next 2 sets, I gave it 2 to 1 whites to red, just because of how it felt. So I'm trying to be more honest with that, and I think it did a pretty good job of giving me correct weights as I was going. Then as the 101 started to feel like they were moving better, I gave them more white lights, and then it bumped up to that 105. And like I said, I struggled with that the first set I did there, just from the general fatigue. But with the clean jerks, like I said, I had the 5 sets. They originally were all going to be 125. The second set that I did was at, I gave 2 to 1 reds just from how it felt, but then the rest I gave all whites, and the last set bumped me up to 130. The nice thing about all of these lighter sets are that you can kind of think about technical things. With all these snatches and clean and jerk singles, they're not maximal, they're more just like strength-wise fatiguing. And so you can kind of try to fix different things and work on different things and try to be consistent. And that's what I was noticing with the snatches. The big thing I was working on today was trying to initiate the pull from not necessarily a higher hip position, but not to drop my hips lower than what was needed to initiate the pull. I have that tendency to kind of have my hips be extra low, and then they kind of pop back up to get into the position that I would do a pull from. So I've been playing around with that, and my actual pull has been feeling a lot more explosive with that change, but that probably led to some of the inconsistencies, like that 101 miss. But I was definitely feeling the just feeling more powerful in the pull, and so that is something I just will need to continue to work on. For the clean jerks, the focus was much more on the jerk. The cleans were pretty routine, even though they look kind of difficult looking back at the videos, just to do the jerks better. And the way that I was trying to do them better was to focus mostly actually on my front foot, my left one, and trying to, when it was splitting out forward, to have it push outside my body, so push towards the left of my body. What I was noticing on some of my jerks on some of my previous sessions was that my foot would kind of cross over towards my midline, which was leading to some instability in the catch. And I was really happy with how my jerk footwork looked today, and just how stable everything looked, and really just how the jerks felt, because I was pretty tired when I got to them with all the snatch reps. After the clean and jerk works, I worked up on back squats to 180 for just 3 sets of 3. I put my RIR as 2 for the first 2 sets, and then 1 as the last one, because they were actually pretty difficult. It was interesting to see myself squatting from the front angle and from that side angle. I don't get too many of those clips nowadays, just from where I'm able to set up my camera. And for my accessory work, I did 1 set of sit-ups. Just because I haven't done sit-ups in a while, I wasn't looking to make myself super sore. I actually did 1 set of walking lunges, which I'm really happy about. They always prescribe 3, but I was just happy to do 1 set of 12 total steps, so 6 with each leg. And then I did 3 sets of face pulls, which I've been doing, so those weren't too difficult to do. But my goal for the subsequent sessions, as far as the technical nature, is to continue to work on that hip position in the snatch, to try to, I don't really have an arm bend, but my arm is kind of like starts pre-bent, so I think that's just something to do with my start position. So that's something I'll try to play around with when I'm doing pulls, and see if I'm able to make any changes to that. I don't think it's a major thing, but it might be making my pull not symmetrical. And then for clean jerks, continue to push with the footwork and really try to make all of that good. The cleans, just trying to catch it as upright as possible, or when I'm trying to bounce out from the stretch reflex, to stay upright. Similar with back squats too, I want to try to push my knees forward a bit more and try to stay a bit more upright. I'm always just going to be too far pitched over from what would be, a good aesthetically pleasing squat, just from the way I'm built, but I can always try to get better in those positions, and that's why it's nice to kind of get those angles. And then same with accessory work, I just want to keep doing, I want to try to do walking lunges like every day, because I think it's just going to be a good movement for me to do in general, just for my legs and everything. So I know I have a little bit of blank space at the end, but I think I covered just about everything I wanted to talk about, which I'm really happy about. I didn't forget anything, I don't think. But anywho, that was the second day. Tomorrow is another voluminous day of training, so who knows how that will go. I'll kind of see how I'm feeling as the week goes, to see if I need a day off during the week, or potentially split up a session, kind of one of the 2 things I can do. So we'll see how that goes, but tomorrow will be, I guess, my Tuesday workout, but I'll be doing it on Monday. So hope everyone has a great day, and if you made it this far, I appreciate it, and I hope everyone has a great day. Peace.